Welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly Rose. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And what I have today for you is a one-sheet wonder where I have stamped the background of, or the complete 8.5 by 11 sheet of basic beige. I am using the Storybook Friends stamp set right now. I'm using 3 of the different little rabbit figures, because I thought that those looked so much like the Peter Rabbit characters. And if you're familiar with Peter Rabbit, you can get everything Peter Rabbit. Fabric, clothes, dishes, just all kinds of stuff. So I Googled fabric, Peter Rabbit fabric. So here I am using one of our new stamp sets in the new mini catalog. All of the stamps will be linked in the description of the video. So if you see anything that you're like, ooh, I love that, you are welcome to visit my safe online store with Stampin' Up! And order directly from me. And I thank you very much if you do that. If you have any questions about any of the products you see me using, please reach out. I am here to help you out with that. So I'm using Mossy Meadow and a Little Leaf from that new stamp set that's in our new mini catalog. And again, you can take a hop on over to my website to take a look at the full catalog. And right now it is Celebration, so you get a free item from the Celebration catalog with a purchase of $60 or more. And then for every increment of 60, you get another new item. So this is Botanical Beauty. It's a background stamp that I have cut apart. I knew when I purchased it that I would be cutting this apart. Now you may have noticed that when I started the video, I was already partially into stamping this, and I apologize for that. I thought I had turned my camera on, but I didn't, and I just didn't, I wasn't able to redo the video. But I can give you a link to the video that was an inspiration to me by Ruth at Artful Stampin'. She has this trellis method of stamping, and if you haven't seen her One Sheet Wonders, then you really need to, because she just does exquisite work with stamps and ink and paper. But I have used Misty Moonlight and Pebbled Path. That what I made the stripes with was Pebbled Path and a script stamp in the shape of a rectangle that I just eyeballed it. Once you get this all together and get it cut apart, it doesn't really matter if you do it that straight. But you can see how, if you check out Ruth's video, you can see how she lined it up. It turned out pretty good, though. I thought it turned out pretty straight. So now I'm just trying to decide what other foliage I need, and I think I need to come in and add more flowers along those edges. I decided to add the bunnies so that when I added the rest of the foliage and flowers, that I would not be stamping in the spaces where I wanted them. So that's why I put them in early. So I have wild wheat here, and I'm going to do those flower centers. Which really brightens up those flowers. Flowers need their centers. Sorry for that loss of connection. Oops. So let's use a flower image from the Botanical Beauty. And I started out here using Misty Moonlight and realized, oops, that's not the color I wanted to use. I didn't want that dark blue. So I'm going to switch colors to Boho Blue. I might not be saying that color right, and I'm not in my office right now to look at those names. I'm sitting in my living room doing this voiceover. There, see? That boho blue looks much better than that dark. Slightly different tone to it and coordinates better with the green that I have there. Not coordinates, but just kind of makes it all blend together when you are using different tones that all work together. So now what I'm doing is using these Stampin' Blends to very lightly add color to the bunnies in light pecan pie. And I apologize for the camera dropping out. I tried to get most of those out. Appears that I did not. So I do show all of the coloring on here. Please feel free to fast forward and skip over it. All of the colors that I use will be linked below the video. I am using I think that's an ivory Stampin' Blend to color over the edges of the pecan pie that I had added. And I can't stress to you how lightly I am adding this color. Just the teeny tiny bit of the tip, because the Stampin' Blends really sink into this particular paper. And my Stampin' Blends, these ones in particular, are pretty juicy. So the color goes down quickly. And notice how I'm leaving kind of a white spot in the center of the larger areas. That color will blend through. You won't actually have white spots left in the final images because it will bleed out and create that variation of color that you probably are looking for when you're coloring in. I am not super skilled at this, but I still enjoy it. And these little bunnies ended up looking kind of like watercolored, which was cool because it's a one sheet wonder, and I have all of these different images on here, and kind of looks like fabric. I'm fine with them not looking perfect. If I use just one bunny image on a card or something, I would probably want to make it look better than I did with this coloring. But for this project, I'm perfectly fine with how it turned out. So the other colors I've used on here are boho blue, pretty in pink, the light versions of each. I also use soft sea foam and light old olive. And of course, no self-respecting one-sheet wanderer would be finished without some splatters, dots, just more texture. So I'm using the Misty Moonlight with that splatter from the new text stamp set that I am loving so much. And just adding those, stamping off around on the trellis shape. Love it. Love what those dots do to add texture and actually just kind of tie everything together. I decided I wanted another little bit of foliage, so I'm cutting out a new piece from Botanical Beauty. See how many stamps I'm going to get out of by doing that careful cutting. Use really sharp scissors, go slow. I suppose if I wanted to put it back together, I could. That actually works pretty well. And there have been times when I've wanted to use a stamp both cut apart and put back together, and I've never really had any issues with piecing it all together. This one's going to be tricky because by the time I get at it all, it's going to be in a lot of different pieces, so I don't know that I'll ever use it as a whole. But if I must have it as a whole, I could always get another one, right? Hi. So I thought I'd come back on camera and show you the two cards that I made with the paper. I didn't record how I did this, but this is from, these die cuts are very vanilla. Die cuts are from, the flag die cuts are from Stylish Shapes. The, am I missing a little pearl up there? Did I lose a pearl? I lost a pearl. The pearls are from, these are antique pearls. They are in the Storybook Moments suite in the new mini catalog. And then this one, these are some old circle punches, 1 3/8 and 1 1/4. And then I just did a 3/8 inch strip of basic beige stamped on the Hello Friend. Used a piece of the DSP from the 6x6 coordinating paper. This was just a little cutoff from when I was trimming my paper, added that with a 1/2 inch strip of the gingham. And then on the inside of this one, I did a 3/4 inch strip and one of the die cuts from the pack. And this is also one of the die cuts from the pack. So I hope you enjoy those cards that I made with the One Sheet Wonder. And let me also show you how I use the other half. And I do have a video on how I did this part. I did it for my junk journal. But this is a little hidden journaling spot, and so there's the other half of the paper that I stamped. And I hope that you've enjoyed that. If you have learned anything or just liked it, I would appreciate your generous thumbs up. And until next time, happy stamping and crafting.